Hi everyone, in this video what I want to do is show you a kind of training exercise I've been doing. I go to Lichess and I look at live tournaments and take some games, and what I do is analyze them myself, get rid of the engine, get rid of the book, and I analyze them, and what I do is guess the eval. So when I think it's a fairly quiet position or where I feel like, oh, this is an anti-Grunfeld. Anti-Grunfeld. This is an anti-Grunfeld. I don't know much about this opening. I don't know much about this opening. I play the Grunfeld, but no one's played the anti-Grunfeld against me. My understanding is you cannot play the Grunfeld against this. If this was me, the first thing I'm going to do is this. I'd probably play this. Play this. All right, here. All right, so we're now in King's Indian territory. So black doesn't play the Grunfeld, but plays the King's Indian defense. So my understanding is this is correct. My understanding is that this is the correct course of action against this anti-Grunfeld. But we'll see. H5. Yeah, I have no idea. This is something you've prepared on a computer. All right. So we have a closed position. Black's king side is cramped yet closed, so there's no immediate threat. However, the h6 pawn is unpleasant and will remain so for a long time. Now, so like if I was black, I'd be going here and here. But maybe this is an option as well. Black's usual plan of pushing f5 seems thwarted. Is this better for black or white? I think this is white's prep. I think black has fallen into white's prep, and white already has a substantial advantage in this game. All right, guess the eval. Yeah, like this isn't great. This is very hard to get in. So how do you get your queen side play? I guess you're forced to play on the queen side as black. Yuck. Yeah, white has a massive space advantage. Guess the eval, plus 0.8. Yeah, I think white is substantially better. All right, I'll put that here. I need like an emoji or something when I flick through it. 1 second. Yeah, I found an emoji. I'll put this little emoji here. Yeah, just because it's easier to see where I did guess the eval. So knight c5. Wow. White is really ramping up the pressure. Wow, black is suffocating. Black is seriously suffocating. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would have done. F3. So the development of pieces is not so important in this opening. All right, so this is quite deliberate, of course. Yeah, you can't easily get this in, can you? Nor this. Oh. So take here. All right, I'm gonna give that an exclam. Black makes progress in trading, in activating the c8 bishop. That's nothing. Why did you put the bishop there if you're gonna move it? Put it there. Oh, you can't do that just yet, can you? So this is a pin. How do you get that played? I don't know. Wow. Black is still massively cramped. All right, guess the eval. Oh, maybe I'll copy that whole thing so I can do that. Guess the eval, I still think white is substantially better, plus 0.8-ish. All right, we're trying to get something here. I'm not so keen on it. Right, here we go. So here, could you have done that? Was this possible? I don't know. I have to kind of calculate and blunder check and everything. I don't see why it's not possible. Yeah. Is the idea... I have no idea. Let's just make a random move, and if we do it, take here. Is that the idea? Maybe it drops a pawn. Very, very hard for black to do anything. Wait, why would you just let black do this? All right, so I'm going to go bishop c2. Ah, so recalculating. So this one should have been taken at this point, because that bishop is important. Oh, yeah, it's still a bit iffy. Hold on, what's that? Yeah, this looks okay for black, right? This looks okay for black. So something like get here or here. All right, guess the eval in this position, this hypothetical position. I feel like white is still better, but maybe 0.5, 0.4. All right. So I gave the next exclam. That was a bit hasty. I give this one an exclam. I thought it was nonsense. Hold on, what's that? It doesn't prevent this. So now this cannot be played because, whoops, because it's not check. Okay. Yeah. Like really trying to activate everything. This one looks a little dubious to me. Oh, then again, like I'm going to retract that one. So black can finally play b5. I don't think white can prevent it. So you can take this. Is also possible. I presume knight takes. That's probably the reason why knight c1. So if you don't take it, and you're still going there, aren't you? Yeah. All right. Black is in the game. Black is in the game. Guess the eval. So the rooks are doing something. Knight is active. We can come in and do things. This is not dead. And yeah, black is somehow back in the game. I don't see white having a massive advantage as before. Let's say it's still in white's favor. 0.4. b4. I don't like this. Unless there's like tactical reasons to play it. So you can't go there. Fork. Take. No. Can't go here. If you go here. Oh, you probably just get. Oh, no. There's no in-betweeny. If you go here, you're going to drop a pawn. Alright. You went here, so you've got that square to bishop. Oh, so now black is saying, I'm going to put my knight on that square quite loudly. Or do that. Yeah, presumably to prevent black playing b3. So I think that's a good move, but why didn't black play it? Stick there, win our pawn. This might be alright for black. It's a little complicated though. Hold on. What? I must be missing something. So immediate here, just take here. If you take with the bishop, removal of defender. If you take with the knight, hits that pawn. So if you take with the knight, is this not playable? Yeah, so taking with the bishop, definitely not playable, right? That one's a blunder. Why did I do that? Is this playable? Is there something horrible that white can do? I mean, they're probably going to win the pawn back. I guess they'll win the pawn back, but it frees up the game somewhat. Maybe it's just greedy. It's just greedy. And black had better choices. So here, I don't know, I kind of feel that this is better. So this knight is actually quite strong. White having to defend. Now white is tied to the defense of b3. And this knight can be replaced. But it can't be replaced twice. Knight takes. Alright, so you are going to go for it. I'm not sure why you wouldn't take this. Is this scary? Why wouldn't you play that? Is there an in-between? Oh, I need to sneeze. Just 1 second. Yeah. So why wouldn't you take it? Because after here, sure, but this. So white's queenside is solid, but boom. The h6 pawn is done for. So this indeed is a mistake. It's a very serious threat. Can you solve that problem? Probably not. All right. So what's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? Is there something wrong with it? So this is defended. You do have to watch out for this sort of shenanigans. It's a bad bishop, after all. Yeah, I don't understand this move. I don't understand this move. Knight c1. I cannot think it's a good move. Why would that be a good move? Unless the queen wants to go over here. Is that the idea? Or do you want to put the knight? Maybe the knight wants to go on d3. Okay, so maybe white wants to play knight d3 and take on c5 with the knight. All right. So here, what's wrong with this? Maybe white will do the same thing anyway. All right. So queen f8, attacking the pawn, defending the pawn. The bishop's going here. So it's not about attacking this pawn. It's about rerouting the bishop. Rerouting the f6 bishop to the more active b6 square. All right, so are you going to do this? Bishop c4, knight d3. So you can't play that. Queen e7. Is that not a move? I mean, maybe it's... it looks playable, but there's no hurry. I can't believe black is still alive. That was a horrible, horrible opening for black. Yeah, I can't believe black is still alive. Guess the eval. In this position, white to move. Pause for a second. Sorry, so this I guess you don't want coming in. And you can't, oh, you can block it. But if you block it, you kind of make other concessions. Guess the eval, I'm going to say, see, this is a pawn. This is not a bishop. This is a pawn. It looks like a bishop, but it is a pawn. Yeah, I'm going to say plus 0.1 or 2, plus 0.2. It depends if black can win that pawn or not. Rook across. Oh, that's a good move. So here, yeah, the rook was not active. It's coming in. Bishop there did get played. Take. Pawn push. Ugh. There's no way that's a good move. Yeah, there is no way this is a good move. There is no way this is a good move. Like, what is white trying to do? Attack with a single rook and nothing else? Even if you were able to get everything on there, defend. Okay, or defend. Yeah, there is no way. I guess the eval. Yeah, black is better now. Yeah, black is better. I'm going to say 0.5. This made no sense whatsoever. You had a nice, strong, sturdy pawn structure. Sure, you've got this pawn bishop over here, but this is not active. It's biting on granite. So yours is inactive, but so is black's, and that evens it out. Boom! Look at that active bishop now. White activates black's bishop. This is a disaster. Free pawn. Free pawn. It is a free pawn. There's another free pawn here, is there? Not quite. All right. So we could go here and attack there. This is a little off center. Oh, we need to defend this first. All right. Maybe there was some miscalculation here or something. If you had your queen on that square, you'd win. If that was a legal move. Yeah. Queen takes. No. Pawn takes. Neither. Yeah, I like this move. That's a good move. Hold on. I am going to retract that. So rook there. So queen takes. It's not that bad, is it? You can't harass the queen. It's defending that important square. The bishop's active. This is going to come in, or maybe not right now, but that's just hanging. Hold on. Yeah, that's a blunder. Positionally, it was all right. So blunders the bishop. We can't take with the queen. If we take with the pawn here, and yeah, this, you can take with the queen now, but it's very unlikely you will survive this. No, so you can't take with the queen. Yeah, you're not going to survive this, are you? All right, so taking the pawn either way is a total blunder. All right, so recalculating, here I gave a question mark, and in here, so here gain time on the bishop, here gain time on the rook, and now we're threatening here. Now I'm going to retract this because I'm going to put an at first glance. It looks like there is no way this is a good move. But as we'll see, white gains time attacking black's undefended pieces and gets a bit gets an attack on black's king. Still, yeah. So this, I think, deserves an exclam, because you can take here, you can take there as well. Yeah, so this, everything holds. Everything holds. And here, take everything holds. So, all right, Queen f6 was played. Take it. Take here. Hold on. Why can't you take that? Yeah, I said free pawn, but it wasn't a free pawn. Looks like a free pawn, but it's not really. Now, if you take there, that was what was played. So here allows this, presume something like this, and you're going to get piled up on there. And you can't really block like that. So I'll go, this one is dubious. Yeah. Oh, I need to guess the eval. I'll do a guess eval here. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Dynamic equality or something like that. Because white is going to activate that bishop. I'm just going to say 0.0 dynamic equality. Yeah, so this, and we attack here. And it's hard for white to play that to defend. What's that? So this is surely going to get sacked. I don't understand this move. I don't understand this move. Could you go here? And so with this idea, I'm not sure, because you can do this. Unclear. Yeah, unclear. Anyway, this, I don't understand. Maybe it's just to blockade the pawn? Something like, oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so it's here, here, here. Is that right? I think the idea is to defend f7 via bishop e8, rook a7, rook d7 and blockade the d pawn. All right, rook there, bishop e8. Okay. Okay. Here, so that's a thing. Back. All right, I want to go back. Guess the eval. Guess the eval here. Guess the eval, let's say, I don't know. It really depends on whether or not it is blockaded. Maybe after my move, let's guess the eval. I kind of feel like this is fairly equal as well. All right. So the king marches in. Black defends, but it is defensive. And you have to deal with this as well. This is a problem. All right. This is tactical, but yeah, we'll see. Is the d6 pawn a strength or weakness? It looks pretty strong to me, I'm going to be honest. Here, I guess, is the move. Rook here. Just putting on a dark square. This is adequately defended now, isn't it? If you can trade that off. That's a free pawn, is it? Sort of. So, okay, sacking the exchange. All right, let's do another guess the eval. So black is down the exchange. White is up the exchange, but black is up the exchange. Black's rook is active now. Guess the eval. Is white even better? Let's ask that first. Because there's no like mating ideas or anything. How do you defend that? I don't know. I don't think you want to play that. Alright, so I think black is going to win. Actually, it looks like black is going to win the e-pawn. In which case, black will have 3 pawns for the exchange. Yeah, if you defend it here, and you can't defend it with the king or this rook, you can come in and counterattack. What am I talking about? You can't play that. So defense, all right, guess the eval. So this is a thing, this is a thing. I don't know. How does black defend that? So if here, actually I'll put this after this move, guess the eval. So white's threatening here. If you go king here, is there like shenanigans of some kind? I don't know how black defends this pawn. I'm not sure how black defends the a5 pawn against rook a6. guess the eval. Oh, it's so hard. I think black is a bit better. Oh, sorry, white is a bit better. 0.2. King there. So presumably that comes next. So black didn't defend it. Now the bishop can move, but only to that one square. Rook d1. Are we doing shenanigans? Oh, shenanigans. Shenanigans. Are there shenanigans here? I don't think you can allow that, but here. Oh, hold on. Let's checkmate. Oh, is that what's played? Here. Don't tell me that was played. Whoops. Took this pawn. So now you can prevent checkmate, but no, here, losing a rook. Yeah, that's a blunder. This loses a rook, right? This loses a full... No, it doesn't. What am I talking about? It's a check. Recalculating. Okay, the king attacks there. Oh, well, loses that rook then. So here and yeah, all right, blunder. Loses a full rook. I think we're about to see how. Oh, hold on. So here. Oh, it's not over yet, is it? But so you can block with the bishop. There's also this to calculate. Oh, right, no, you just go check. Removal of defender. Yeah, I didn't calculate it, but that's hanging. Nom nom nom. Yeah. Right, but at this point, this one we calculated as a blunder as well, right? So does white have a non-blunder they can play? So this is a very serious threat. Black threatens rook, g4 check with nasty discoveries, discovered checks to follow. Very hard for white to play the correct move, a correct move here. So the king is stalemated. White's king is stalemated. Yeah, there's just way too many shenanigans. This, I think I'm going to give a question mark to. This seems to ignore black's shenanigans. In this position, I thought white is better, right? Can you, this is also shenanigans. Oh, that's all right. Maybe this is strong. Maybe this is correct. Oh, black's going to attack here. Very hard. I don't know. it seems to ignore black shenanigans. Nevertheless, it's really hard for white to not make a mistake here. So maybe this is guess the eval equal. Yeah. Oh. Can I copy? 0.0-ish. But very hard for white. Here. Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the start. Yeah, obviously black one net. Go back to start, turn the engine on, open the book. Anti-Grunfeld. So bishop g7 is correct. Castles. I wouldn't be so keen on castling, but it's not that bad. d6, c5. Play a King's Indian might be better. All right. I think this is correct. d6 is the top move. No Grunfeld. So apparently if you play a Grunfeld, wow. Yeah, you don't play a Grunfeld in this line. What happens if you actually play a Grunfeld in this line? Actually, not in this position, but in this position. Wow, white crushes apparently. Take. So if you do this, doesn't look that bad, does it? Maybe. All right. It's just, don't play a Grunfeld. It is the anti-Grunfeld. g4. Here. Guess the eval plus 0.8. It was plus 0.9. Yeah. White has a substantial advantage out of the opening here. But black didn't falter. So knight h3 was the engine move. The engine doesn't like that, but all right. Right here, bishop takes g4. What? Hold on, I didn't even notice this. Quite often I don't notice that this pawn is hanging because you just don't take it as you end up getting crushed in some other way. cd5. What happened to knight takes pawn? I don't know. Why was it saying that? Or was it bishop takes pawn? Oh, bishop takes g4. Knight takes g4. Is this really a thing? I don't think anyone's going to play that. Bishop takes g4. It's not on my list of candidate moves. All right, guess the eval 0 plus 0.4 plus 0.7 is the engine. So I underestimated white's position. But I did acknowledge, it's not that far off, is it? I did acknowledge that white was better. But white was better before. So here, King h1. Yeah. Sorry, I missed. Here, guess the eval plus 0.8. Black is still massively cramped, not far off. Here, 93. I said plus 0.4. Gives it plus 0.2, but you have to find knight takes, bishop takes, b takes. And this is equal according to the engine. Is equal according to the engine. All right, I don't know. I guess, yeah, if you can activate, it's fine. Here. So engine plays here, which makes a lot of sense. But this also makes sense to me. Whoa. So G5. That's the engine's line. This is the engine line. It's quite strong for white. All right. Yeah, I didn't see it either, but neither did white, presumably, because once you've seen it, you go, oh yeah, that's pretty strong. Like, what's black gonna do? Like, you just don't have a square for this bishop. This bishop, like, kind of has to stay where it is. Maybe it can go here or something. Queen e7. How do you defend that, actually? F4. You defend it by counterplay and then busting. Wow, all right. So bishop back may seem to be the idea with queen there. So bishop c4. So engine's saying this is still strong. All right. Is the top engine move and is very strong, but I missed it too. Knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes was played. F5. F5. I can't believe black is still alive. I did guess a eval plus 0.2. I didn't consider this move. So it is just adequately defended. So E takes, and you're going to go in here or something? I don't know. F5 is very hard to find. Queen here. Yeah, G5. G5 is strong. Just like my bishop defends there, your queen doesn't get in. Oh, is this the position I guess the eval? So that was quite an issue. All right. I said this looks playable, but there's no hurry. Yeah, it's all right. So rook here. Bishop b6. Take, take, here. F4. It is the top engine move. At first glance, it looks like there's no way this is a good move. Guess the eval minus 0.5. Wow, I did not get this right, did I? I thought black was better, but white is better. So you should not take that pawn. Queen g3. F5 was the top move. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to do F5. So if you take, it's not that bad, is it? So here, oh, what do you do? Queen g1. All right, we'll call the arbiter. This is not a human move. F takes e5. Queen takes. All right, these are engine lines, but yeah, I think this is much better for black than bishop back. Here. So attacking here and here. Rook a b8. Rook a b8. Engine says this one, which is not a move you would think about. All right, so here you can take, is the idea. Yeah, and presumably you get rid of the queen bishop. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I didn't see that at all. But it makes a lot of sense because you're trying to blockade this pawn that's going to become passed in a moment. So you want the rook on the 6th. The queen needs to take there when it gets attacked. So take rook f8 was correct. Guess the eval. I said dynamic equality. But no, after queen f6, white is better. You have to take. I think the idea is to end f7, yeah. After this move, I thought that move was better, but maybe it's rook a c8. It is our top move. Rook a d8 was the top engine move. Maybe it's splitting hairs. 0.0. I said this is a 0.0 position and the engine is laughing at my eval. Oh, maybe this was better because it, if I play this, then that's a thing. King h2, you just march the king up. So I was off by a lot here. King g3, rook a, yeah. Rook dc7. So the rook, computer does this, sacks exchange. Rook takes, doesn't matter really, does it? Rook takes. All right. Yeah, this was hard. Hard to evaluate. White did seem better, but oh, yeah. Why would you play that? It's passive, right? Rook a6. So once you get passive, it's just not worth thinking about. Here, and now white is passive, and yeah, king out. So f6 check was correct. So I said guess eval, oh, back here I said plus 0.2. Yeah. So that one was okay after this move. But here I said equal, but very hard for white. And the engine says white is winning if they just run away with the king. Just get away from the shenanigans. Yeah, white is better. But that's not a human thing to do. It's like, oh, my king in there. So, yeah. So king, rook, check, rook here are the only things that keep white alive. And it's this one. The fourth move is -5. So this seems to ignore black's shenanigans. Nevertheless, it's really hard for white to not make a mistake here. I guess that's a good assessment. Check here. So threatening all sorts of shenanigans. Rook takes pawn is the best move. I gave it a question mark. Loses a full rook, but there wasn't anything else. Does white have a non-blunder they can play? Yeah, all moves are blunders. Yeah, it loses full rook. Here. All right. So I did okay, but not always. Yeah, this sort of attack position I didn't get correct, did I? Attacking here I didn't get correct. This position, 0-0. I thought it was equal. This position I thought it was equal. White is crushing. That one, yeah, probably all right. Oh no, this one I thought black was better, but white was better. The problem is you have to do all the calculation before evaluating. So here and here, yeah, it was equal, but that's fine. Here, you need your king to kind of run away from danger. Yeah, but here, not realizing you should just, if you run here, it's really hard for white to find the right moves here. Yeah, it's very tricky. All right. Well, that's an exercise I've been doing. Thank you everyone for watching. I find this quite useful for upping my like positional understanding of games. I'm not so focused on the tactics and so on. I'm more interested in getting the evaluation and comparing my evaluation with the engine's evaluation. And if I evaluate a position as a draw and the engine says, no, white is winning by a lot, that's pretty important. Because if you're playing a game of chess and you think, oh, this is a draw when it's winning, or this is winning when it's a draw, it can change the whole outcome. This is a move you would choose to make. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. Remember to like, subscribe. I'll see you in the future. TTFN.